What's up, guys? Maestro Megatron here. Welcome back to the damn channel. Now, as you know, what we've been doing this past week and a half, I've been going back and revisiting and re-reviewing the Friday the 13th movies. I've previously done the original Friday the 13th from 1980. 43 years later, I've done Friday the 13th Part 2, the fantastic and successful sequel to the original Friday the 13th from 1981. 42 years later. And the other night I did Friday the 13th Part 3, the other long-awaited, well, it wasn't very long. All these sequels were within a year of themselves, but I did Friday the 13th Part 3, the one in 3D from 1982. 41 years later. What's up? What's up, T-Money? What's up, Giga Chad, man? I brought my corkscrew, sir. And I know exactly what he's referring to, and I hope everybody else knows what he's referring to, because we're going to be talking some corkscrews here on Friday the 13th, the final chapter on The Late Show with the Maestro Megatron. And this is Friday the 13th, the final chapter, 39 years later from 1984. We'll wait for some more people to come on the live stream, but while we're waiting, the significance of this sequel, the final chapter, is it was supposed to be the last one, but technically the third one was going to be the last one. So Chris successfully, in the original storyline, had actually killed Jason with the axe to the head. The axe right through the hockey mask. Creepy. And they weren't going to make another one. But it had made a little bit more decent money again, it being in 3D like it was, and it was one-of-a-kind horror movie sequel being in 3D, and it was directed by Steve Miner again. So Frank Mancuso Jr., who took over creativeness of the Friday the 13th franchise after Victor Miller dropped out after the first one, he said, you know what? I'm not ready for Jason to be dead yet. I'm not ready for the Friday the 13th franchise to be dead yet. I want Jason to come back in this final chapter. So 2 years later, as the other sequels were within a year of each other, 2 years later in 1984, we get Friday the 13th, the final chapter from 1984, 39 years ago. And it was directed by Joseph Zito. They brought in a new director. It was no longer Steve Miner. Once again, the executive producer was Frank Mancuso Jr., and it was from 1984. And I know I was dogging on pretty much all the cast in Part 3 a couple nights ago, but this cast is one of my favorites. And this storyline and the action sequences, the fights and the chase scenes are some of my favorite in the Friday the 13th franchise. Not all my favorite, just some of my favorite. And another cool thing is, yes, we get to talk about corkscrews. We get to talk about Mr. Back to the Future, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Probably already do. And we get to bring in little child Corey Feldman. What we got here? Asylum Jason is brutal. And yes, he is. Asylum, welcome to the live stream. Joel, welcome to the live stream. The final chapter of the real main story with Tommy Jarvis, whatever you want to call it. I didn't realize the first four movies that place within a week. Yeah, they were, all the sequels were within a year from each other, but this took 2 years. 2 years later from Friday the 13th Part 3D. No fancy disco music at the beginning of this movie, though. It was just regular Jason, Friday the 13th, Harry Manfredini music. And we all know, we're gonna bring up Jimmy's dance. We're gonna bring up Jimmy's fate with a corkscrew. And he is Mr. Back to the Future, by the way, because it is Crispin Glover, because after he got the machete to the, or actually it was a meat cleaver. After he got the meat cleaver to the head and the corkscrew in the hand, because he's looking for that fancy corkscrew. Ted, hey Ted, where's that fancy corkscrew? You know, splutch. Yeah, he got the corkscrew all right. So a year after he did this movie, I guess they liked his dancing, Crispin Glover's dancing so much in the movie, he was cast in Back to the Future the following year with Michael J. Fox. But first, he has to suffer the fate of the corkscrew from Jason. I called dips on one of those. Oh, yes. Like I was saying at the beginning of the video, this video contains some of my favorite characters and not my favorite, but some of my favorite characters in the Friday the 13th franchise, including Corey Feldman, including Crispin Glover, the kid that plays Teddy, who was in the first American Virgin back in the 80s. He played in that movie for the first American Virgin, I think, or All American Virgin, whatever it was called. First American Virgin, I think. But he plays a different part in this. He actually plays a dick in this. And it has Corey Feldman in it, and it has the Doublemint twins. Because after the twins in this Friday the 13th, the final chapter movie, did this movie, you could see them years later in the 80s commercial for Doublemint gum. Doublemint, Doublemint, Doublemint gum. And that was the song, that was the jingle. If you guys don't believe me, look it up on YouTube here. But yeah, they went on to portray about 100 commercials, and they were known as the Doublemint twins for Doublemint gum right after their success here in Friday the 13th, the final chapter. It is now French, it's Francais, it's the chapter. You want to give the teddy bear a kiss? Boy, that line didn't work on any one of those bitches in that cabin that night. Yes, and Chad Man already brought it up. I was going to save that for another few minutes, but yes, coming back as Jason was not Richard Brooker. It was another new face, another new stuntman that dons the hockey mask, and like Chad Man has said in the live stream here, R.I.P. Mr. Ted White. Ted White comes in. He was an old actor and stuntman from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. He was a big 6'4.5", big hulking man, and he was the stunt double for John Wayne in most of his movies. He comes in and dons the hockey mask here in Friday the 13th, the final chapter, and I think he does not the best job, but one of the best jobs. He actually runs in it. He's actually got some real good strength and power in it. He's very agile in it. Yes, Ted White, who just passed away a few years back, he dons the hockey mask in this Friday the 13th movie and does a damn fine job. Chad Man's laughing his ass off. The look of Jason is amazing. I love the battle damage to the design. Yes, and they did that on purpose because he comes straight from the morgue in the beginning. Let me clarify the beginning here of the final chapter real fast. It actually takes place right after part 3 that night. They find Jason lying in the barn with the axe to his head. They had already taken Chris away, which you saw at the end of part 3, and they're all gathering up the bodies. There's police choppers, paramedics. One of the cops says, yeah, they're all dead. Yeah, and then one of them goes, yeah, but this time they got him, which they're referring to Jason with the axe in the head, still laying in the barn. So they load him up in the body bag, and they take him to the coroner's office, which I would have done this beginning a little bit different through the years, but I mean, even as a kid, I was like, I mean, it's cool that they took him to the morgue. It's cool that they had the scenes in the morgue, but it was kind of lame at the same time. The more I've grown up, I would have done it a little bit different, but you know, whatever. So they take him to the morgue, and there in the morgue is where you meet Axel, the coroner, who is a perverted, sick-ass piece of shit. And he puts him into the coroner's office, and a cool little scene here in Chad Man Asylum. You guys remember all this. A cool little scene is when he's loading him into the ice box, and right before he shuts the door, you see the breath come out of the blanket that's covering up Jason. Goes, poof. I love that fucking scene. Chad Man, he fought the director for the actor safety. Oh, nice. Hey, Ted, where's the damn corkscrew? Yes, we're going to be talking corkscrew talk aplenty here in just a few minutes. So, yeah, anyways, Jason's in the morgue. You see Axel, the perverted coroner, tries to fuck one of the nurses in the coroner's office, which is pretty disgusting, in the cold room. strikes out on that, and after he loads Jason into the icebox, Jason somehow slides his way out of it because it's Jason, steps up behind him with it looks like a skill saw or a bone saw, and slices his neck. So Axel, the coroner, is already dead. Then he goes and gets the nurse that's loading up prescriptions in the storage room, presses her up against the wall and just just guts her. Takes I think it's a scalpel. He borrowed it from Michael Myers from Halloween Part 2 and just literally just guts her from neck to navel. Just and mind you, in this Friday the 13th sequel, Friday the 13th, the final chapter, there's some gory ass kills in this movie. So there's your first two victims already in the morgue. Jason's just fresh in the morgue, fresh out of the icebox, and he's already killing people, chewing bubble gum and kicking ass. Axel couldn't stop it. No, he's sitting there eating a jelly donut and sets it on a dead body. He was a disgusting human being. On the TV show The Yoga Girl, she would be in Part 6. I did not know that. Thank you for that, Asylum. Mr. Tim Atkins, best mustache in YouTube, best mustache in Halloween. Welcome to the live stream, sir. And yes, this movie, this sequel is fucking phenomenal. It's way better than Part 3. As you saw in my video a couple nights ago, I didn't give Part 3 a very good rating. 41 years later, I just couldn't do it that time. The rankings actually went down, but it looks like Friday the 13th, the final chapter so far, is going to stand the test of time. So everybody's thoughts so far, after the coroner kills and Axel, the jelly donut eating coroner, and watching the aerobic fitness yoga girls on TV. Anybody got thoughts? Asylum. Even though the kills were cut down, it's still showing gory kills, and I'm surprised the extended version of the kills, the footage is great. Yes, it is. And what was funny is back when I was growing up as a kid, after it got out of the theater and was on HBO or on regular TV with commercials, a lot of times they didn't show Friday the 13th, the final chapter, back in the 80s, because back then they couldn't delete or edit a lot of the gory kills that's in this movie. So a lot of times they didn't show this sequel in a marathon back in the 80s when I was growing up. It used to piss me off. Yes, I have seen the alternate ending to Part 4 as well. So we all know, we've all taken guesses and we've all established it. You know, obviously Jason Voorhees is supernatural in some way, shape, or form. He doesn't die, taking axes to the head, getting hung, machetes to the collarbone and the shoulder, and all, you know, get hit with shovels and getting stabbed in the leg and stuff. So we all assume that he's an indestructible supernatural killer that cannot die. So somehow he makes it out of the morgue, wherever the Crystal Lake morgue was, however many miles that was away, and he's already back in the woods. Because he's supernatural Jason, I guess he flapped his wings and he flew back to Camp Crystal Lake. What's up, Mike and Movies? Welcome to the live stream. But before we get to that part, before we get to the banana crushing part, and the banana squeeze kill, as I call it, now enters the new characters for Friday the 13th, the final chapter. And that is Paul and his girlfriend, I think her name's Carrie. She's played in several movies, and she was actually in Weird Science after this movie. You got Paulie, his girlfriend from who plays in Weird Science later. You've got Crispin Glover, Teddy from Last American Virgin. This is, and you got the real young guy with the stupid long hair that tries to get with the virgin girl, also who played in The Young and the Restless or General Hospital later in the 80s after this. But the cast and the story and the script is great in the final chapter. So there you go. Most importantly, just remember that Ted and Crispin Glover is in this movie. Jimmy's Crispin Glover's name. Just all you need to know is that Ted and Jimbo is in this movie, Crispin Glover and the Doublemint twins. That's all you need to know. And Yes, I'm a Corey Feldman fan as well, so it's great that Corey Feldman's in it. And his sister Trish, I can't remember the actress's name. She is almost right up there as one of the final girls. She's almost even with my favorite final girl in Friday the 13th, Amy Steele as Jenny. Trish does a badass job of running from Jason, fighting Jason, defending herself from Jason, defending her little brother Corey Feldman from Jason. Trish is a badass bitch here in Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Do you guys agree? And she's smoking hot. Asylum, when Jason was standing behind her in the alternate ending, and Aussie scared the shit out of me. Yeah, that's and I also like one of the deleted scenes where they find their mom in the bathtub too, because their mom has an off-screen kill, or you just assume she dies, but in a deleted scene, on the Blu-ray, you see the part where they find her mom in the bathtub, just butchered to death. Asylum, Trish is a better improvement over. Oh, gee, yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, Mr. Asylum. Trish, Corey Feldman's big sister in this, is a big breath of fresh air from Chris. Dana Kimmel. Nothing against Dana Kimmel. She's precious. She's beautiful in that movie, but just no. She did not work as a Friday the 13th final girl. Trish does, though. So Asylum is 1,000 fucking percent correct and right on that. Do me a favor, guys, as we're getting started on the live stream. Please hit the like button for the Maestro Megatron. We are on the late show with the Maestro Megatron. Like the shadowing guys, like how I do that. It's spooky. It's almost horror movie-like. It's almost Friday the 13th-like, isn't it? Right? So anyways, last stream was fun. It definitely had its absurd moments through the chat, but it was fun nonetheless. I'm happy Mr. Sound Blaster joined. I am as well, Mike in Movies. He's been one of my best friends since 2021. Yes, he sounds like a good, solid, genuine guy. Oh, by the way, guys, Jason Runt. Yes, Asylum, I had brought that up. Ted White, who Giga Chad Man already brought up in the live stream. Mr. Ted White, the late, great Ted White, who was John Wayne's stunt double for decades, plays a fantastic Jason. He's fucking huge, brings great personality and character to Jason, and he fucking runs. A big 6'4.5", probably 260 plus pound stunt man is running in the iconic hockey mask as Jason. It's freaking amazing, man. I'm not a huge Trish fan, good looking but bland. She starts out kind of bland and stupid because they meet the hunter. That's another good plot twist in this Friday the 13th sequel. They meet the hunter who is looking for Jason because he killed his sister. I think it was Sandra in part 2. Remember Sandra? Jeff and Sandra? Yeah. He is in the woods with all kinds of guns and machetes and knives and camping out in the woods looking for Jason to take revenge for killing his little sister Sandra from part 2. So yeah, those scenes with her and I can't remember the hunter's name. We're going to bring up his kill down in the basement. His kill is very, very disturbing. If you guys remember what he's yelling when Jason's killing him down in the basement later in the movie. But the worst final girl is the one from JDTH. Oh, by the way, guys, Jason, yeah, I'm having trouble with that acronym. Asylum, I'm not a huge, Joel, Steve Miner did not return. No, he did not return. Joseph Zito, who was friends with Frank Mancuso Jr., came to direct this one. Oh, I see, Joel. That's pretty interesting. He's so much better than Movie Central. That guy was just a troll. Yes, he was. And we're not going to talk about trolls or Halloween shit dick ends or Corey Cunningcock tonight. So we're just going to talk about Friday the 13th, the final chapter, one of the best sequels in the series, one of them. And we're going to drink some bubbly and we're going to have some fun. Talking about Jimbo, Crispin Glover's dance. He also crushed that guy's head. Asylum, the scene when Jason harpoons that guy and I believe that's Paul, because he's going after his girlfriend because one of the Doublemint twins was all over his dick in the cabin there. So she goes out on a raft in the lake alone, naked, thinking that Paul is going to follow her, but he's got a Doublemint twin on his nutsack. Do you think, would you follow her? No, I would not follow her. But he eventually goes out there, you're right, sees her dead body in the raft. She gets the machete from the bottom of the raft and comes up through her belly because she's laying on her belly in the raft, and through her back. It's a good ass kill. And Polly gets the harpoon gun right to the ding-ding. So he should have, instead of going out there looking for his girlfriend in the raft, he should have just went ahead and boned one of the Doublemint twins, because even if he did live, his dick was totally useless after that one. He was probably that Billy Loomis account leaving comments saying, except he should have, most likely. Oh, Jason Goes to Hell. See, I wasn't familiar with the acronym because I hate that freaking movie. But yeah, that is the worst. Asylum, you are exactly correct. That is the worst final girl in any Friday the 13th. That's not Chris. It's that stupid bitch from Jason Goes to Hell. Tim Atkins. Jason Goes to Hell is, oh, yeah, sorry. I already got schooled on it. Maestro Megatron got schooled on it already, Mr. Tim Atkins. I need to rewatch Jason Goes to Hell for this year. If it's on, I watch the last part of it where he actually turns back into Jason and he's not body swamping. Stupid. The window Volkswagen. Absolutely, sir. That wasn't me. That was my neighbor. Asylum. He and also Myers fan. If you're out there, Jason is not afraid of water. I'm sure he's saying that because of Freddy vs. Jason. That was a big continuity mess up on Freddy vs. Jason back then, when in the dream sequence, Freddy's like, oh, so you're afraid of something after all, And he brings down a water. Yeah, Jason has never been in any goddamn water, not one damn time, has he? Yeah, right. He's in the lake almost every sequel. And by the way, yeah, Myers fan don't know Jack Dick. Well, I'm sure he knows Dick, but he's a mountain of misinformation. He's a boring ass moron mountain of misinformation. So we meet the new campers, and help me out here. Sebastian usually help me. What is the name of the camp this time? Because we had Packanack in part 2, Camp Crystal Lake, Camp Blood in the first one. Part 3, we had Higgins Haven. So does anybody remember what the camp's name is in final chapter? Help me out here. Last year, Jason Goes to Hell was in my top 3. I need to rewatch the entire series this year. I'm thinking my ranking probably might change a bit. Mine usually does from year to year as well, depending on how I feel Mike in movies. Myers fan said this when he was doing a Michael versus Jason. God. Like I said, guys, go ahead and watch his channel if you're having trouble sleeping, because his channel is definitely the cure for insomnia. Jarvis Residence, I think. Yeah, I think they call it that, because I think once they check into that cabin, they have to check with Trisha's mom, Corey Feldman and Trisha's mom, I believe. Tommy and Trisha's mom. But yeah, you're most likely right on that one, Asylum, but... So we meet the new characters. Let's get to the banana squeeze kill. They drive by in a station wagon. There's a big old fat hippie bitch on the side of the road hitchhiking. And Ted says something, I think he says, oink, oink, baby, or something like that. She flips him off, swings around the sign that says F-U on there. Then she sits back down and starts to unpeel a banana. This is such a random scene in any Friday the 13th movie or sequel with that. And she goes to eat the banana, but like I said, Jason flapped his wings or used his special teleportation powers that he definitely used in part 8. And he's already back from the coroner's office, the morgue, back into Camp Crystal Forest, the woods. Stabs her in the back of the neck, and she squeezes the banana. I call it the banana squeeze kill scene. Camp Forest Green, which was originally Camp Crystal Lake. And it's also called that in part 6 as well. Friday 13 part 3 was pretty low on my list this year. Yeah, and back then I gave it like a 8.5 out of 10, but after revisiting and talking about it with you guys the other night, I gave it a 7 out of 10, which is kind of generous. Yeah, it was part 6, Chad, man. So yeah, no harm, no foul. Asylum, Giga Camp Crystal Lake was changed to Camp 4. Yeah. It was, they and I can't wait to talk about part 6. That's coming up here in a couple days because we got to do a new beginning after final chapter here. But that's coming up in a couple days. I can't wait to talk about part 6. Jason Lives. So much good shit in that movie. Micah movies. I need to rewatch the franchise at some point. I have all of them on DVD. I got them on. I got a DVD box set and a Blu-ray. Both pretty good, decent sets. Good deleted scenes and documentaries and shit with them. Watch-alongs. He crushed that dude's head in the oh, dude, I love that part. Oh, in the makeup, the face and the makeup effects for Jason that they put on Ted White in this movie are phenomenal. Like the scene that Mr. Asylum just brought up, the old dude from Young and the Restless that's singing in the shower, tangerines. Stupid idiot. Anyways, when he sticks his big ass hand to crush his skull in the office, he's got those big long animal monster like nails on his hand. If you guys remember that, do me a favor, guys, on the live stream. Please hit the like button for me, would you? But anyways, what's really funny is, back before they yell at the camp, the hitchhiker on the side of the road, Jim is talking to Teddy about blowjob Betty, why they broke up and why they're not together anymore. He says he slept with her and then she left him. And Ted starts laughing and he's like, "What? What's so funny, Ted?" You know how Crispin Glover talks. "What's so funny, Ted?" So he's like, "Let me put it in the old computer here." And he acts like he's typing on a computer and he sits back. And he grins, and Crispin Glover's like, "What? What the fuck does it say?" And he's like, "It says you're a dead fuck." Crispin Glover, "A dead fuck?" "Yeah, it says it right here. The computer don't lie." Love these characters, man. Part 6 is overrated. Jason wears a tool belt. Yeah, he wears a Batman utility belt. But I still love that movie. Mr. Tim Atkins. We're talking about Jason killing people if you're obsessed by that one. Friday the 13th Part 4 is a great movie. I'm glad we're talking about it. Yes, this is going to be a fun live stream chat on this one. Part 3 wasn't, I mean, it was great talking to you guys about it, but Part 3 just wasn't that fun talking about because it really didn't age too well because of the poor casting in it. His hand got cut in half. Wikipedia says Camp Crystal Lake. Okay, so they might have changed it back to Camp Crystal Lake, but I do believe Trish and Tommy's mother, I think she owned those cabins out there, or her late husband, or whatever. But just a pretty cool twist in the story. Asylum, Tim, Part 6 is not overrated. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you, Asylum. Love you, Tim Atkins, but Part 6 is it's my favorite sequel in the whole damn series. That was weird. I swear there's something still screwy going on in my neighborhood. Part 3 kind of boring. Yeah, and when I was watching it in a marathon this past Friday the 13th, I was kind of thinking the same thing, but when we finally, all of us got to talking about it on the live stream, I was like, yeah, this movie really kind of damn boring, Part 3 is. Ezra, the final chapter 84 is my favorite in the series. Well, then you come to the right live stream, sir. What? So Teddy just basically lays it down for Jimbo, Mr. Crispin Glover, and says he's a dead fuck. That's why he couldn't keep blowjob Betty. I love that fucking part. So then we get introduced to little Tommy Jarvis, who is played by Corey Feldman, and then we get introduced to his sister Trish and the mother, who is just kind of there in the movie. She's kind of the bland character of the movie, but whatever. And you realize that Tommy Jarvis makes his own masks. He's into video games, but it wasn't me. That was my neighbor. Little did you know back then that Tommy Jarvis is going to play a very big, huge, important part, not only at the end of this movie, but in 2 more movies. Well, actually, even in fan films after this. So, and Jason's face in that movie always bothered me. He should have kept the mask on at all times. There was going to be a scene where Jason touched Trish's boob. That's what the producers suggest. Oh, no shit. Tim Atkins, I'm not taking away from part 6. It just seems everyone and their brother praise it all the time, and they talk shit on Jason goes to hell. It's like everyone thinks alike. Yeah, point. What I love about part 6, which we're going to talk about that in a couple nights from now. What I love about part 6 is it's basically a parody spoof about the Friday the 13th, all the other Friday the 13th movies. It's making fun of all the Friday the 13th movies. Because if you notice, there's a lot of gags. There's a lot of jokes in part 6. So I think that's why some people give it a lot of hate. Mike movies, he looked like Sloth from the... That's pretty good, Mike. That's pretty good. Ted White didn't want to be credited because he just wanted the paycheck. He later left the role in the cast member. Yeah, he didn't want to be credited, and he wasn't until later on in the DVDs and the Blu-ray copies and 4K copies and all that. So, but he did admit later that he was wrong for not being credited for it because he started going to the conventions with Corey Feldman, and he saw how much love that he got playing Jason and how much love the final chapter got in the movie he played in. Bubbly. So, yeah, we learned about Tommy Jarvis a little bit. He's a creative mind kid that makes his own monster masks. Trish, we meet Trish, the mother, and they all noticed that the kids that was in the station wagon, such as Polly and Jimbo and Ted, they're all moving in, or not moving in, just staying there in the cabin over the weekend or for the week, the cabin next door. I don't know, Asylum. He probably got his thumb up his ass. It's weird how people hated Halloween Resurrection, makes fun of the Halloween franchise, but people love the Friday. Yeah, I get your point on that one, Eminem. I don't think conventions were a thing until Star Trek. I swear people are absolute hypocrites. Yeah, pretty much. Ted White did a lot of shitting in 1984. Yeah. But he got pissed off a lot on the set, too, because the part where he grabs little Corey Feldman through the window toward the end of the movie, and Trish is hitting him with a hammer. She's really hitting him with the hammer, and they didn't tell him that it was going to be a real hammer. And also the part where he's breaking into the bedroom and sticks his head through the door, and she smashes the TV on his head. That was a real fucking TV. And he didn't know that was going to happen. That wasn't even in the script. But the director told her to do it, and it didn't say nothing to Ted White. So he got pissed off and walked off the set at that point. He was in Starman, Romancing the Stone, Friday the 13th. That's right, he was in Romancing the Stone and Starman. I forgot about Starman. That's a blast from the past. That's why I don't watch most horror reviews because they're always biased and always hypocritical. I try to keep it as non-biased as possible, but it's really hard when trolls start coming on the live stream. Then you got to start taking up for the shit that you love. She actually broke the mask from the axe mark with the hammer. That's funny as shit. Yeah, he thought it was going to be a prop hammer, but no, that was a real hammer. What's funny is I don't think the director and all these people wanted to piss off Ted White because it seemed like they were trying to push his damn buttons. I wouldn't want to piss off Ted White back then. That guy was a mountain of a damn man. Starman, one of the best John Carpenter film. I thought it was kind of boring, but I'm with you, Joel. She actually broke the... Oh, sorry, I already read that one. So, yeah, I'm already having a blast talking about Final Chapter, and we're only 30 minutes into it. We're not even in the middle parts yet. Yeah, he did not get along. He thought Corey Feldman was a little shit. I remember that, Asylum. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, he couldn't. He said Corey Feldman was a little whiny shit on the set. He was a little whiny shithead to work with, and yeah, he did not enjoy making the final chapter with the scenes with Corey Feldman. So yeah, let's get to some of the kills, which we already did. We all know that Polly got the harpoon to the nutsack. He should have stayed inside with the Doublemint twin. Yes, they meet the Doublemint twins when they're walking the trail in the woods. Polly gets it through the damn dick. holds him up out of the lake. Very good kill. Yeah, the score. The score in final chapter, Asylum just brought up, is pretty much back to the original that it was from the Friday the 13th, the original movie, in part 2. So yeah, they finally went back to that original score because it was completely different in part 3. Love the Crispin Glover kill. So yes, and we were talking about that. That was the first thing brought up on the live stream. Okay, first let's get to Jimmy's dance. Let's get the Jimbo's dance. Puts on that high, super motivated synthwave 80s pop music song on the stereo, and Crispin Glover starts doing the dance. I mean, just iconic. That part is so fucking iconic, man. And it's actually impressing the one Doublemint twin because he actually takes her upstairs and bones her. If I did that dance out in public, I'd never get laid. But Crispin Glover did. Asylum. Yeah, the score. Love the Crispin Glover kill. Yeah. So anyways, after Ted has struck out on all the girls, both Doublemint twins, anybody that, because he got too stoned and stupid, Ted turned out to be all talk. He's trying to counsel Crispin Glover the whole movie on how to get girls and how to get laid. Come to find out, he's just a fraud. He gets rejected. Everything backfires on him in this movie. You just have to play it cool, right? So, Crispin Glover comes downstairs. Before he does that, he turns over to the Doublemint twin after they fuck, and he goes, "Was I a dead fuck?" And she's like, "No, you were amazing." So he walks downstairs where Ted is sitting by himself getting high with the roach and watching old 1920s and 30s porn on a projector reel, which I guess you would do that if you struck out. Just get high and watch 20s and 30s porn on a projector reel. He comes downstairs with her panties and says, "Why don't you put this in your old computer there, Ted?" And he's like, he's so hot at this point. He's like, good job, man. Yes, I think Crispin Glover put Shelley's pants on for the stiff-ass dance that he does, the famous Crispin Glover dance. Love is a lie. You know what? I'm going to listen to that after the live stream. Asylum. Yes, Friday the 13th, Part 4 is easily one of the best in the series, Mike. The Ted kill is amazing when he ripped his head up. Well, yeah, I'll roll with you. Yeah, Ted is standing with his back to the projector because the film got cut by Jason, and he's like looking, he's stoned, and he's high, and then a knife comes out of the projector, splutches him in the back of the head, and just slides it down. But in Asylum's world, he rips his head off. So there you go. Tim Atkins, the dance goes with AC/DC Back in Black. That's what he was dancing to. Oh, okay. That's a good trivia fact there, Mr. Tim Atkins. I like that. Might have to pin that up for a second. I like that. Yes, Ted White was a big improvement over Richard Brooker. Yeah, I knew that. Even before he even talked about it in a documentary or in interviews, I knew the guy that played Teddy. I knew let's face it, we've all been high. We've all been stoned. Ted was high. He was high as fuck. So yeah, that actor was high as shit in that movie. Probably didn't even feel the damn machete going into the back of his head. Micah movies. In Part 4, Jason looked absolutely terrifying, masked and unmasked. Yeah, when it comes to when Trish knocks off his mask with the machete, or is it Tommy, Corey Feldman? I can't remember. Anyways, it shows another makeup artist, of course. It shows Jason's face. I like Jason's face a little bit better, especially better than Part 3. Kind of looks similar to Part 2, just didn't have the long hair on one side of the skull, but It was a better improvement from part 3 because, yeah, he looked like a deformed freaking Cabbage Patch Kid in part 3. There's no uncut version of part 4. My favorite kill is when he killed JLC with the yo. Yes, I love that part because she was actually the pizza delivery bitch, and she shows up before everybody got killed. She shows up right before Jimbo does the dance to AC/DC Back in Black, and she knocks on the cabin door, and Polly stands up and says, "That must be the pizza." So before he can get to the door, though, Jason takes the yogurt that's in her back pocket of her pants. She's actually wearing Shelly's pants, and shoves it so far up her stupid, rusty, dusty, old antique ass that his hand goes up through her throat, and you could see his hand coming out of her mouth, showing the camera the yogurt, and then he drags her away. So Polly goes to the door, and he's like, "Hello? Hello? Well, I guess I wasn't the pizza man. I guess someone pranked us." So yeah, that was a good kill. Yeah, I trust me, Asylum. I could play along all night, buddy. I like this segment of the live stream with Asylum because he brings up the deleted scenes that nobody ever remembers because they're not even real, but they're real in his head, and I will oblige him in keeping them real in his head. So there you go. Delicious. Delicious bubbly. Kane Hodder is a pretty good Jason. He's a bit overrated, though. I'm going to agree with you on that one, Eminem. He's not overrated. He actually brings the best animated Jason, probably besides C.J. Graham, to the Friday the 13th franchise. He just doesn't have the size, but he has the look, does all his own stunts, which we'll talk about that in part 7 and 8, and Jason goes to Shithead, and Jason X goes to space. Part 7 definitely had Kane's best performance. Yes, yeah, the very first performance for Kane Hodder was in part 7. That wasn't me, that was my neighbor, which we will get to here in a couple nights. Because I'm going through all the Friday the 13th movies. He cuts off the top of Jada's head, giving her a haircut. Jason loved G.I. Joe. Yeah, and see, it wasn't really... Asylum is correct, guys, here on the live stream. It isn't actually the disease alopecia that Jada Pinkett Smith is bald from. It's because Jason scalped her in Friday the 13th, the final chapter. So, yeah, that's why she looks like a bald egg, for the rest of her life. So there you go. It's because of Jason Voorhees. So how about some corkscrew, guys? Ted gets killed, gets the machete to the back of the head from the projector screen. But before he does, Crispin Glover is obviously wanting to open up a bottle of champagne or a bottle of wine to take up to his doublemint twin. And he's acting real cocky and real shitty to Ted now because he got laid and Ted didn't. I guess he has the right to. So he's like, "Hey, Ted, where's that corkscrew?" And he's looking in drawers. That fancy corkscrew. Of course, Ted's not answering him because he's stoned and he's watching the 20s and 30s black and white porn on the film projector reel. And finally he yells out, "Ted, where's the damn corkscrew?" Jason found the corkscrew for Jim, for Crispin Glover, slams it down on his hand, and he turns like Crispin Glover turns his head like that, and then he gets the meat cleaver to his face, and there's Crispin Glover. You've got to see the dance to AC/DC Back in Black. You got to see the fancy corkscrew get stuck in his hand. There you have it. There's the iconic parts with Crispin Glover in Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Also like the beginning where they're all skinny dipping with the doublemint twins. And they're all like, "Yeah, come on." And he's like, "No, we can't. We got no suits." And Ted's like, "Fuck you." Starts stripping down and runs down to the lake. I love that part too. Would there be an F-13 ranking after you're done watching the whole series? We will see. That's a good question, Mike, in movies. You never know. I have an exact same corkscrew and cleaver from this movie. No shit. Get one of your friends to come over that pisses you off, Asylum, and make them start looking. Get you. I know you're a wine drinker. I think you and Jay Gregory get you some wine and send him in the kitchen and have him yell, "Where's that fancy corkscrew?" What's up, Senor Sebastian Way? Welcome to the live stream. And yes, we are talking about Friday the 13th, the final chapter. That wasn't me. That was my neighbor. By the way, Jay Gregory's at work, I'm assuming. Chad, man, you're pretty much best friends with Anthony on the Discord. Why hasn't Anthony been on the live stream lately? What's going on with him? I just noticed that. Sebastian finally showed up, and there's no Anthony. He wasn't on 2 nights ago's live stream either. Oh, so you're still... God, YouTube is pissing me off lately. I swear to God. YouTube is pissing me off. Slammo Sammo will join in a bit. All right. She better get that homework done too, damn it. Slammo Sammo. Oh, that's right. He took a trip. That's right. I forgot all about that. Okay. Oh, I know you and him communicate a lot on the Discord, so I felt that you knew more than I did. This is sometimes my favorite Friday, but yes, and what makes it great for me is Corey Feldman and Tommy and Trish and the cast of characters, which we've been elaborating on for the past 45 minutes already, and some badass gory kills in this movie too, Sebastian. Tim, we got Helen Whitley. Yeah, it's like, excuse me, Helen? I found your channel from Anthony with the ends rant. Oh, okay, good deal. Kick ass. Yeah, I've missed Anthony the past couple times on the live stream, but yeah, I guess I forgot that he said he was going somewhere. So Crispin Glover, Jimbo, no more dancing for him. Corkscrew to the hand, meat cleaver to the face. Ted's dead. I forgot to mention that one of the double mitt twins that decided just to go home, to get back on her bike and go home, and it starts raining. You see her get stabbed from behind and slung to the cabin. Gory ass kill. And then the other double mitt twin, since Jimbo didn't come back, he found the corkscrew at least, but he's not coming back. She gets thrown out the window and falls to her death. I put 6 over this after a rewatch, but I hold this one near and dear to my heart. Gotcha. Yeah, I put 6 over it as well. 6 is my all-time favorite, but Final Chapter, man, is just a fun, good Friday the 13th sequel. Yes, Jim's pants was off. He no longer had Shelley's pants. He had borrowed Shelley's pants from Part 3 to do the dance to AC/DC's Back in Black. That wasn't me, it was my neighbor. But before he came down to find that fancy corkscrew, he took off Shelley's pants. So the Doublemint twins are dead. Jimbo's dead. Teddy's dead. Paul's dead. And his stupid girlfriend that was laying in the raft is dead. Yes, we're back to Shelley's pants, Eminem. Nobody can get enough of Shelley's pants in this Friday the 13th live stream chats that we're doing. A little bit of the bubbly. This is once Jason was starting to get mean. He wasn't being thrown around like before. He's got some brutal, vicious kills in Final Chapter, and that's another reason why I love this sequel a lot. Yes, Baz, we were talking about that earlier. Ted White, man, he was like in his upper 50s, I believe, already. Early to mid or late 50s, because he's been around since John Wayne. But he was running. He did he was doing all his jumping and leaping. He was a fucking great agile Jason, and he freaking ran too. So now Jason goes next door. Damn, it was nice and warm out here, but a cold breeze just showed up. Part 4, Jason would have destroyed Chris from... Oh, yeah, it would have been no question. Asylum. I think he's better than Kane as much as I like Kane. He felt scared. I agree with you. I think he did a better job than Kane Hodder as well. So, yeah, Ted White, By the way, rest in peace, Ted White. We lost Ted White a few years back, and it sucks. But yeah, he was, I think he was an even better Jason than Kane Hodder. He was a very underrated Jason because he took his name out of the credits because he was so ashamed and pissed off at making the movie. But like I said, like I told everybody earlier, Baz, when you weren't on here yet, he found out, he saw everybody loved how many fans loved the Friday the 13th, the final chapter. He's like, okay, yeah, I play Jason. So now he goes next door to go get little Tommy Jarmus, Corey Feldman, and his sister Trish, and the Hunter, which the Hunter had a tent out in the woods with all his rifles and his shotguns, and Jason had went in there and broke them all in half. So all he's got left is a machete, which is what Jason gets later. So we've got the Hunter, who is the big brother of Sandra from part 2, who's come to Camp Crystal Lake to hunt Jason and get revenge on him. And we got Trish and we got Corey Feldman left in this fucking phenomenal Friday the 13th movie. I hope we get a portrayal like that again. I don't want to go straight into zombie. Yeah, I don't either. I like to just do part animal, part monster, man in the wilderness Jason again at first. Yep, back when I heard if you were in these films, it was like being in a porno. Yeah, exactly. So I don't remember why they go down in the basement. I think because the power went out or whatever. But Jason's down there, and Trish ends up running up Jason busts his hand through the basement stairs, grabs the Hunter. I think, what was the Hunter's name? The older brother of Sandra. I can't remember. We got PlayStation Gamer 2000. What's your opinion on Korn? Korn, especially not this last album they come out with, but the album before with Insane. That was a badass album. I like Korn. Yes, Asylum. Lots of boobs. Rob. Sorry. Thank you, guys. He grabs Rob's leg and he tells Trish to leave. He goes down for some odd damn reason with just a machete to fight Jason because, like I said, he killed his little sister Sandra in part 2, got the spear through the bed, through Jeff and her. So he goes down there, and of course he loses the fight with Jason. And very disturbing part, Rob's kill. While he's getting killed and chopped up with the machete, he's yelling for Trish to run, and he's also yelling, "He's killing me! He's killing me!" It's very, very disturbing. So a very disturbing kill there by Rob in Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Slammo Sammo. What is up, you little Dickens, you? Anthony's here, just now getting the notification. Yeah, I was starting to worry about it. Was like Dr. Wynn starting to worry about Dr. Loomis in part 6. Oh, I was beginning to worry, Sam. Because you weren't on the last live stream and you showed up fashionably late on this live stream. But yes, we were talking about the final chapter, Mr. Anton. Joan Freeman should have won an Oscar for her role in this movie. Is that the one that plays Trish? The only actors that I knew was Crispin Glover, Corey Feldman, of course. Slammo Sammo, you little Dickens. You know, like Charles Dickens. I don't know. It's just a figure of speech, Slammo. Sorry, I forgot. Your little jack-o'-lantern pumpkin butt. Oh, she was the mom. Okay. It's just a shame they didn't utilize her very much, Ezra, and her kill was off screen. So she was great in it, but they just didn't utilize her well enough that I thought they could. So you got to respect the fact that he's older than JLC and most celebs in these movies and goes to cons. Yes, right before he passed away. Yes. So Rob the Hunter, Sandra's big brother, is yelling, "He's killing me," in a very disturbing sequence of events. Trish is about to go out the basement door and gets second thoughts and comes back down the stairs thinking that after Rob the Hunter, as you guys are calling him, is yelling, "He's killing me," I guess she didn't believe him. I guess she thought he was just joking. So she goes back down the stairs. And Jason grabs her foot and ankle through the stairs. She runs back upstairs and she starts run. Some of the best chase scenes between Jason and the final girl is between Jason and Trish in the final chapter. So the chase begins. Tim Atkins, I also think that it's disturbing when he's yelling while being killed, but a lot of the reviews say it's corny. I don't find it corny at all. It's a disturbing movie. It's a disturbing kill. It's a horror slasher flick. So yeah, that's not a corny scene. That is a very badass, disturbing scene, is what that is. That's a better way of putting it. Rob is a cool character, but Jesus, that acting, Like I said, it was a cool scene, but somebody else could have done it a lot better. You're right, Baz. Anthony, Saturday I wasn't feeling good. You're having allergy issues from your trip to the mountains. I understand, Anthony. It's all good, buddy. I scream like that when I stub my toe. Yeah, the woodwork is killing me. It's killing me. Thomas Clark, welcome to live stream. Probably the creepiest sequence in my opinion. Yes, I totally agree, Mr. T. Clark. That's why I like that scene. Like Tim Atkins brought up, a lot of people think it's corny. I think it's badass. I think it fits the tone of the movie because the final chapter is a very disturbing sequel in the franchise. Better than Debbie. My dead cat can pull off a better death scene than Debbie could in part 3. But yeah, you're right, Chad, man. So Tommy Jarvis, little Corey Feldman, discovers the newspaper clippings that Rob the Hunter had, and we'll just keep calling him that, and sees Jason as a little boy, or a depiction of what Jason would look like when he died or drowned as a little boy. So Tommy gets the bright idea of shaving his head like what little kid Jason would look like. So we already had a troll on here trying to talk some shit, I see. Yes, what scariest Jason in Anton's opinion? Yeah, I agree. It is probably the scariest Jason. Yes. Anyways, the trolls have decided to give me their views. Thank you so much, trolls, for giving me views on my live stream. Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't good. See, these trolls say things like that to try to get me to repeat them, and it will get me kicked off of YouTube. They're trying to, because they're so mad at me and so pissed off that I'm not a progressive communist like they are. They try to, and I speak my mind, and I'm not scared of anybody, and I don't take up for stupid, shitty movies like they do. They try to get me to say things that I'm not supposed to say on live streams to try to get me kicked off YouTube. But I'm far more smarter than they are. I'm like the Coyote and the Roadrunner. I'm far more bigger than you are, stronger than you are, and far more smarter than you are. I'm the Maestro Megatron, super genius. Stupid ass fucking trolls. So yeah, Tommy's up there shaving his head. First he's using the old snipper, then he's shaving his head. Pamela, hello from England. Well, hello from the States. Hello from the US. Welcome to the live stream, and I am a big UK fan. So Pamela, we welcome you to the live stream. And if you're new to the channel, if you like what you have heard or seen so far, please like and subscribe, and you are more than welcome to the live stream anytime. Asylum, anyway, I was going to say Jason got really cut up in this. Yeah, he took a beating, man. Yes, I'm a big, I got a lot of my subs are from the UK as well. I'm friends with a lot of the YouTubers from the UK, such as the Slaughtered Lamb podcast with Darren. I'm good friends with him. So yes, I support 100%. You are very welcome. All this past week, I've been revisiting and re-reviewing the Friday the 13th movies. I've done the first original, part 2 and 3, and now tonight we are discussing and revisiting Friday the 13th, the final chapter from 1984, 39 years later. Does it stand the test of time? Which we're going to get to the rankings here pretty quick. Yes, Joe, I love the UK myself. What's a coincidence, Baz? What the hell is going on? You better explain yourself, Bat. Samo, get on to your brother real fast. Cheers, everybody. So, yeah, that chase scene and fight scene where Trish is just doing everything she can to stop Jason, to kill Jason. It's awesome. Yes, this is Jason's best portrayal. Ted White did the best portrayal of Jason. Yes, we are a friendly bunch. We're all family on this channel. I don't even consider this a YouTube channel. This is a YouTube family here. So we like to keep it nice and warm, peaceful, and welcoming. So finally, Jason has Trish cornered and about to more than likely kill Trish. We're I get your point there, Baz. Pamela Voorhees, but I guarantee you Pamela from England here is not Pamela Voorhees. I just get that feeling. And then Corey Feldman runs downstairs, little Tommy Jarvis, with his head shaved. And he says, Jason, remember? So Jason, I guess, remembered that he did look bald as a kid when he drowned in the lake, and he goes over to try to touch Tommy's head, and Trish from behind gets his attention, smacks the hockey mask off of him, the first time that's ever happened, and reveals Jason's face, and then she stabs him in the side of the head, or slices him, sticks it right in the side of the head of Jason. And the coolest part ever in this movie is he falls down and the machete blade slides further into his skull as he's falling face first into the floor. You guys have to admit that is a kick-ass scene. Yes, I have seen Misery. Trish is very underrated, Baz. I agree. I see Derek Mears gets an honorable mention for scariest Jason because nothing that big. Yeah. Derek Mears was a good Jason. Very scary. But for the OGs and the OG movies is kind of what I meant, Mr. Anton. Ted White gets it, in my personal opinion. Yes, Infinite Loop, we are doing part 4, final chapter, Jason. Asylum, I've been thinking about it. Is it Christmas horror? I've obviously missed something. There, trolls. Luke. Yeah, Misery is a great. Kathy Bates is great in that movie. So is James Caan. Maestro, we need to plan a watch along ASAP. I'm so bored lately. I got you, Slammo. In fact, since everyone's loves part 6, okay, I'll give you a choice. Do you want to do a watch along with part 6, or do you want to do a watch along with part 7? I give you guys decide and take your pick, and then me and the professor will do a watch along with one of them. If you have the Necrophone chat for Jason, you can put the machete through the side of it. Oh, no shit. Yeah, I love that. I love that scene. And he falls down, and you can see his eyes like moving around as the machete sliding further into his skull. It's such a badass scene. Removed another troll. Got you, Asylum. Got the fastest moderators on YouTube. Micah Movies is back. No problem, buddy. Luca M&M is wondering how we know they're a troll. Tim Atkins votes on 7. Chadman votes on 6. Another vote for, there's 2 for 6, 1 for 7. Just downloading clips from my Halloween Thorn Tree music video. Sweet. Why I got you here, Mike and Movies. Would you want a watch along with part 6 or 7 in the future? Baz, there's a new Christmas horror called It's a Wonderful Oh my God, are you freaking serious? Megan Myers, welcome to the live stream. I got a question for you, Megan Myers. Are you related to Michael Myers? Because if so, that would be cool. Slammo is showing all kinds of emotion right now. Megan, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Got you, Baz. I see what's going on. That's 3 for 6, 1 for 7. Joel, it was supposed to be the final installment Friday the 13th, but making another sequel, part 5, a newbie. Yeah, and I was going to get to that. Joel, you're exactly right. They did plan on this being the last one. Megan Myers has put us at ease. She is not related to Michael Myers. And second of all, Megan Myers, we want to say welcome to the live stream. Either or. Okay, so we've got like four votes for 6 and 1 for 7. Might do both. You never know. Megan Myers said no to she is not related to Michael Myers. That's all. Polly, welcome to the live stream, buddy. We're already about an hour and 5 minutes deep into the final chapter, but better late than never, buddy. Yeah, part 8 would be a great watch along because I got so many. That movie is so stupid, and I hate a lot of that movie. I mean, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. It's a fun watch because it's Jason on a boat. Jason takes the cruise. Jason takes the boat. Not Jason takes Manhattan. Jason takes a boat cruise. Part 8 would be a good watch along because I got a lot of fucking jokes for that one. Yeah, 8 is freaking horrendous, but that would be a good one to do a watch along too because it is so stupid and corny and flaky and just horrible that the jokes would be pouring out on the live stream and on the watch along for sure. Ezra loves part 8. Yeah, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. Yeah, yeah. And that's not saying much either. You're right, Baz. So we are to the final part of final chapter. Head slide, the machete slides through his head. Tommy Jarvis is hugging his sister Trish, and Tommy looks down and sees Jason's pinky and finger moving a little bit. He's still fucking alive. So Tommy Jarvis grabs the machete out of Jason's skull that slid in it as he fell face forward into the cabin floor, starts chopping him up and saying, "Die!" Iconic part in Friday the 13th, by the way, in any Friday the 13th movie. Die! 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 And he successfully kills Jason, technically. So Jason technically finally dies, and Friday the 13th, the final chapter, via the machete, the main weapon that he always used by little Tommy Jarvis, played by Corey Feldman. Asylum, part 8 is way too long. Yeah, part 8, you're right. Either part 6 or 7 or both. 8 is about 2 hours too long. You're right about that, Tim. Dead by Daylight's bringing back Stranger Things. Oh, no shit, Polly. I did not know that. That is weird, wild stuff. My favorite Jason death. It's so brutal. Yes, and the makeup is top notch. Tom Savini is a legend. Yes, he is. Joel, part 8 is one of the worst film series. Part 9 and I actually like Jason X better than part 8. I know Jason X is corny and definitely a fantasy movie, but technically so is part 8. Hey, first responders back. What's up, buddy? Welcome back to the live stream. I love how part 8 in sequences while Jason's kid showing his deformities just miraculously disappeared. Yeah, and that's the very first movie where we learned that Jason has teleportation powers. Anton, the multi-day rampage has been ended. Gotcha. I should rewatch Stranger Things again. It's been a while. I love that freaking series, Baz. I'll rewatch it for sure. Jason into the Voorhees verse. So that was Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Tommy Jarvis chops him up into sushi, basically, with the machete. At the very end in the hospital, he's Corey Feldman, Tommy Jarvis is hugging Trish, and then he looks at the camera like that with a crazy mean look, and then you're like, oh, so is he going to be the next Jason? But no, that wasn't the case, thank God. But that was Friday the 13th, the final chapter, one of my favorite sequels, favorite kills, favorite cast of characters in it. Love this freaking sequel. I started watching Daredevil last night since I hear it's so good. Yeah, Baz, are you watching? Yeah. Are you watching the one where Charlie Cox plays Matt Murdock, Daredevil? Because that is a great fucking series. I'm a big Yellow Jackets fan. Well, hell yeah, Infinite Loop. It's different kid in every flashback in 8. Yeah, I noticed that. It's the part 8's so fucking ridiculous. I like Nancy Polly. Yeah, Nancy Wheeler. I'm assuming Polly means Nancy Wheeler. Corey Feldman named it as a kid, but I don't know if I ever want to see him again reprise his role. No, because he got pretty, due to all the drugs through the years and getting molested by Michael Jackson, it really screwed up his head. Holy shit, that was kind of freaky. As far as I'm concerned, the Friday the 13th series ended in 89 with part 8. You may be right, Ezra. I bet money zero the writers of Friday 13th part 8 hadn't any seen the Friday. No, in fact, the director the guy who wrote it and directed part 8 was the guy that did the Friday the 13th, the series that was back in the 80s. Look it up on YouTube. There actually was a Friday the 13th, the series. But it had nothing to do with Jason, had nothing to do with Tom. It was about a museum with haunted artifacts in it. Yeah, he's the one that wrote and directed it, and he didn't do a very good fucking job. Okay, you know what I'm talking about, Baz. Good deal. I don't like Robin in Stranger Things. A lot of people don't. Because she's smoking hot aside. Was Friday the 13th, the series, good? It was okay. It was okay for its time. It didn't age very well, but kind of corny from the 80s. It didn't age very well, but it's okay. Yeah, it was like an anthology. It had the same cast of characters. Okay, here's some trivia for you. One of the guys that played Stephen LeMay, who played in Jason Goes to Hell, played in Friday the 13th, the series. On Saturday, I missed the stream because I was working on my truck. Well, looks like you're not so busy now, Mr. First Responders, and that's good. It's time to relax and just enjoy the Shit Talk live stream. Beyond the Dead, that nepotism working hard. Oh, good God. Steve is a fucking badass with the bat. Absolutely, Polly. Robin was good. Yeah, I don't like Robin either. Robin was good up until that bathroom scene. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, Baz. There is a game called Frequency that's in the 80s. I did not know that. Couldn't stand Mac. That's my least favorite too, Chad, man, is Mad Max, as they call her. She's just a bitch. I found the series to be boring, however, around the same time they had a Freddy's Nightmare TV series. Yes. Yeah, that was around the same time, and the Nightmare on Elm Street TV series was better than Friday the 13th, the series. So I agree with you, Ezra. I actually liked the Friday the 13th series, but it also had no business being called Friday the 13th. No, it did not, Anton. Killer Frequency is the game. I've never heard of that one, but it sounds cool. It's got a cool name. So there you go. There was Friday the 13th, the final chapter from 1984, 39 years later, directed by Joseph Zito. Associate producer and executive producer was Frank Mancuso Jr., of course, who basically took over the reign from Victor Miller. And Tom Savini did the makeup effects. That's why the kills were so badass. Opinion on Seed of Chucky. Never watched it. Didn't want to. Creep Show 2 is a badass movie. Both the first Creep Show and Creep Show 2 is badass, Polly. The Stranger Things cast got way bloated. Good one, Anton. It's in the 80s, your favorite. Oh, no shit. Why haven't I need to go back and look at this shit then? So back then as a kid, I gave Friday the 13th, the final chapter, a 9 out of a 10. And as I've gotten older, and I still love that fucking movie, and now that I'm an adult, as a kid, I get a lot more of the jokes and I appreciate more of the performances and the funny ass lines in it. I give Friday the 13th, the final chapter, a 10 out of a 10. So for me, Friday the 13th, the final chapter did stand the test of time. Joel, Roger Ebert, and Jesus, Friday, Immortal, and of course they did, because they're just little pussy pricks. Anton, comparing the series, was the only Nightmare on Elm Street was better than Friday the 13th. Yeah, that was the only time. You're right, Anthony. RoboCop game is out. Dead or alive. You're coming with me. Asylum, I'll give the final chapter a 10 out of a 10. So that's 10 out of a 10. Opinion on Scream. I love the first one. Hate the other ones. Anton gives it a 10 out of a 10. Ezra, 10 out of a 10. It's very evident. Yeah, Friday the 13th, the final chapter, has stood the test of time 39 years later. I give it 13 corkscrews out of 10, Mr. Chadman. Thank you for that good rating, sir. Wow, another 10 out of a 10 from Mike in Movies. I'll give final chapter 9.5 out of 10. Only thing pulling it back is that Jason isn't on screen that much. That is true, but the cast is pretty good. Almost makes me forget. Put that in your little computer. Yeah, it says that Jimbo's a dead fuck. He's like, a dead fuck? Hey, the computer don't lie. Asylum, have you seen stabmovies.com? I have seen that. And if you notice, Giga Chadman is throwing up the Discord link in the live stream. Yeah, I think this is First Responders gives final chapter a 10 out of a 10. This is badass. The final chapter, which is the fourth sequel in the Friday the 13th series, and we're all pretty much in an agreement. It all gets 9s, 9.5 out of 10s, and 10s out of 10s. This is badass. This was a great live stream. This was a good revisit and good re-review on Friday the 13th, the final chapter. I got Terminator Resistance to complete edition of the game. Depending on how you look at it, often definitive ending at the beginning. Gotcha. Joe gives it an 8 out of a 10. It is a pretty good sequel. All right, so 8 out of 10 out of the plethoras of the 9.5s and 10 out of 10s. I unsub from stabmovies.com. That red hair guy is weird and always begging for money. Are you serious? Oh, yeah, unsub that shit. Insomniac just said they are going to choose Miles as the main Spider-Man in the next Spider-Man game. I kind of saw that coming, Polly. What's your favorite film they've done? The Stab movie. I really don't have a favorite, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and take a look at that to really give you a good straight answer on that, because I don't even think I'm sub to him anymore. Insomniac chains Mary Jane's face. Good God. So, yeah, since nobody can make up their minds, and I don't blame them because both movies are so freaking fun, I guess we're going to do a watch along on part 6 and part 7 both, guys. I don't mind Miles being Spider-Man, but Peter will always be my fave. I hope they do the Clone Saga next with Scarlet Spider. That would be interesting, Baz. And in the Spider-Man 2 game, I believe MJ settles down with Harry Osborn. Because a lot of the fans wanted that, Anthony, which I never did. It's always been Mary Jane and Peter for me. Also, that red hair guy from Stab thinks he's a part of Hollywood. If he's as weird as you say he is and begging for money, he should be part of Hollywood. Yes, I will cover part 5. I'm not a huge fan of it either, but we're going to cover it, and I'll tell you why. Tom Morga does good as the Roy Burns Jason. I love Reggie the Reckless. I love Tom Shepard as Tommy, coming back as the adult Tommy Jarvis. I love Pam. She's freaking hot. She's probably the hottest final girl in all the Friday the 13th movies. Yeah, so I'm going to cover A New Beginning, and I love Reggie the Reckless's big brother, who also played in Return of the Living Dead, which we're going to talk about A New Beginning tomorrow night. McDonald's China gets a... Yeah, I saw that. The gun... Yeah, I saw that, Chad, man. And the comic Miles becomes Miles Carnage. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Man, you are one scared cat. Are you afraid of spiders? Are you afraid of rubber spiders? Better yet, are you afraid of rubber spiders on a string? Then he turns around with the mask. Rah! He's like, whoa, back off, man. So what, you make these things? Yeah, there's some pretty cool... beside the fact that it's not really... You find out later it's not really Jason. It's Roy Burns. But there is some cool lines in it. There's some good parts in it and some good kills. So, yes, I will cover A New Beginning. A lot of people gave Tim Shepard a lot of flack in part 5, but the script didn't give him anything to... I think Tom Shepard did great in A New Beginning, and we will talk about that tomorrow night. Oh, Baz, you brought... No, I'm not doing... I will wait till tomorrow to do. I know what line you're talking about. It's one of my favorite lines in the movie, but I'm gonna wait till tomorrow night. Yeah, that's a good one, Ezra. Yes, they definitely need to clean up the bat's vagina virus, as I call it. So this was a good live stream, guys. We have all pretty much decided that Friday the 13th, the final chapter, has stood the test of time even 39 years later. Stab movies wanted more money, views, and subscribers. They are Hollywood loot. That's what everybody's starting to agree with here, Baz and Asylum and everybody. Slammo Sammo is watching TikTok. Tell her that I am very mad at her right now. She is passing up the Late Show with the Maestro Megatron to watch stupid ass TikTok, to watch China TikTok. First responders, give me the thumbs up and the peace sign. Are you leaving, first responders? What's up? Part 5 is hilarious, and that's why I'm going to include it in the revisit live streams that I'm doing here. They eat hot dogs and cats, which is good God. At least she's not watching. We watched the. Yeah, I'll let her watch. Yeah, but it still breaks my heart a little bit that she passed me over for TikTok. Slammo Sammo. I'm out of control. That guy at stabmovies.com wants to be the lead and everything. I'm going to have to go back and revisit this channel because I guess the only time I ever really watched him was when I was piss-ass drunk, so I don't remember too much about this redheaded carrot top wannabe son of a bitch. Trust me, I will watch a little bit of that tonight on his channel, and I'm gonna say something about it tomorrow night on live stream. That's as bad as Professor please don't remind. I almost. The professor's been one of my best friends for over 27 years. I almost quit being his friend for that. That was absurd that he did that. I hate TikTok too, Polly. I'm with you on that one. Did you hear Dave McRae lost Olivia? Yes. And I agree with you, Baz, on your comments on the Discord. I think it was a fucking scam. I really do believe that Dave, piece of shit, McCock talk a lot. And I'm talking about you, Dave McRae, you stupid fucking big mouth, blabbermouth piece of shit moron, mountain of misinformation. I believe you scam these people out of their fucking money, and I'm calling you out right now. I don't know if someone shows you this video. Give these people their fucking money back, you moron, idiot, big mouth bastard. Slammo's like, no, we're in the same room so I can still hear you. I'm just kidding, Slammo. It's all good. I still love you. Watch TikTok when you can watch this live. You're right, first responders. No, I'm mad again, Slammo Sam. No, I'm hurt. I'm hurt, and I'm speechless. The professor bought a JLC. Baz, I have no idea. Because, okay, I've known this cat, like I said, for almost 30 years. He has done some things that are very questionable through the decades, and he has watched some things that are very questionable, and he has done some things throughout the decades that are very questionable. So I don't, for the life of me, this is not the first time he's done something absurd like this, but I have no idea why the professor bought that fucking book. And I don't give a shit what excuse he uses. I think he bought it so he can lick the JLC comic. You might be right, Polly. I'm gonna dog on the professor with Polly tonight. I'm Meg for Tom Matthews. He's the GOAT. I'm gonna have to agree with you, Asylum. Yes, Tom Matthews is the greatest of all time. I looked up the JLC comic. My eyeballs are bleeding. Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm surprised the professor has any eyeballs left after that. Slammo, someone needs to send that to Dave McRae. Yeah, I wish they would. I just called his stupid scrawny neck ass out. You're nothing but a scrawny pencil neck douchebag. And I hope someone shows you this live stream. I really do, man. Come at me, McRae. Come at me. You two could be in your 90s and you would be giving the professor a hard time. Oh yeah, this is going to. I'm taking this to the grave. There's no coming. There's no forgetting or forgiving on this one. I'm taking this one to the grave. Joe, Dave McCray need to get a real job, but he doesn't. He and out of all the subscribers, the big five, as I call him, he's got the least subs because he is a freaking big mouth, blabbermouth idiot. He's a pretentious cocksucker is what he is. First responders, help me a little more with the work that I'm putting in the project, so get started on my projects quickly and efficiently and as efficiently and effectively. There you go, first responders. And if you outlive the professor, his headstone's probably going to read, and he also, and I'm going to add that on the ology that I'm going to read at his funeral too. Sebastian or Chad, man, take over the live stream for a second. Sorry, I thought I heard a noise. I want to investigate. I'm back, first responders. I'm back. I read that, Paulie. Yes, Baz, that's what happened. I took a whiff of the Activia yogurt and I had to go barf it up at the side of the house. If you outlive... I got you on that one, Anton. Polly, you'll pay for that one. Is Bloodless eating the wires again? Yes, he's back chewing on the internet cables again. That wasn't me. That was my neighbor. I like yogurt, but it sure as hell ain't Activia. I drink I eat the protein yogurt, the Oikos. Damn, Bloodless, he loves those wires. Yeah, he sure does. Wires could actually be pertaining to something else as well. Anthony, Jason, or Pamela? Either Jason or Pamela are watching you from a distance. Hey, Anthony, you may be right. A lot of the kids think this house is a spook house. They think it's haunted. They may be right. Joel's laughing his ass off. I'm glad everybody can laugh at my expense. Thanks a lot, guys, especially with you, Slammo, Sammo. Baz, I'm picking on your little sister. I apologize. It's harmless. I mean no harm. I just like how she gets bent out of shape. Yeah, how does those wires taste, Bloodless? Since he unzipped Shelly's pants to get to his wires, I just saw the new Marvel's trailer. I'm sorry. I think they're teasing bringing back Iron Man and Captain America. I wouldn't know because I will never fucking lay eyes on that. I'm watching on my phone and my PC. Oh, no shit. Kick ass. I am being simulcast, basically, right now with first responders. Slammo. Slammo, you crack me up with your emojis. Starscream, my old treacherous friend. What a shame you wouldn't be able to see it. Oh, boy. Everybody has a weak. I'm not Starscream. Pathetic fools. There's no escape. Who disrupts my coronation? Coronation, Starscream? This is bad comedy. Megatron, is that you? Here's a hint. Apparently, they're planning on bringing back the original Avengers lineup. Avengers 6, yes, we really are. Yeah, they're desperate to try to get back all the money that just went into the fucking shitter due to their woke-ass, stupid-ass bullshit Marvel movies. Politicized, woke-ass shit Marvel movies, I might say. They're bringing them back to save their damn money. Yeah, that's what I was just saying there, Mr. Baz, because when you go woke, you go broke. Stupid freaking morons. Anton, my favorite Starscream is the one from Transformers Armada because they did something different with him as he goes out like a boss and you can argue. I agree with you. They did make him with more of a spine, whereas he's like just a little spineless rat. And Gen 1, hi, I'm Wheelie. Me Grim. I get ship if you, or you get ship if I get trip. Who's this? Him Wheelie. Him friend. It could be mine, too, if he gets a ship. Dipstare, over there. That's a ship. Who cares as long as it flies? Love that fucking movie. Love, love, love it. I still have an old VHS copy of it, 2 VHS copy versions of it. I've got a DVD of it, then another DVD of it. I've got I got the 20th anniversary DVD. I've got the Blu-ray box, iron box set. I've got it all. I love that fucking movie. Watched them ruin Iron Man and Captain America and answer. Oh, of course. That's why I'll never lay eyes on it, Baz. Sebastian, do you guys like my Transformers voiceovers? Shocktacon. Wait. Shocktacons, execute them. Me Grimlock say execute them. They're all running up after the Quintessons. I think the problems on this planet will be solved very shortly. Wiener Man. Apparently Tom Holland is in the running for the next James Bond. Okay. No. Just no. No. I'm with you on that one, Anthony. I think the fact that I haven't gone absolutely ape shit and started ranting about that is because I got a few little bubbly drinks in me and I'm feeling pretty good and it's put me in a good mood. So I think that's why I haven't ranted so loud into this live stream that it would create a 10.10 earthquake on the Richter scale. Dumbass says Friday the 13th, A New Beginning is way least better than... Again, I could care less what Lee McCoy thinks. Lee McCoy, you fucking cuck. Didn't he do a movie? He got his back blown out in the bathroom. I didn't even like him, not as Spider-Man. He's too childish. I agree, Baz. I wouldn't mind Henry Cavill. Yeah, that'd be a good one. That wasn't me. That was my neighbor. Open. Damn it, open. Prime, you said this would light our darkest hour. Magnus, give me the Matrix. Never. Sweeps. Terminate him. We need to do a live stream just talking about Transformers, the movie from 1986. What's funny, he really didn't get blown to pieces. The original deleted scene on the storyboard is... If you notice, the sweeps didn't necessarily fire lasers at him. They fired those rope-looking beams. That tore him apart. That's how he went to pieces. But they skipped it out, said it was too violent. You had to hate Henry Cavill because he won't suck on Hollywood's dick. Root Canal is better than Hollywood. I don't even want to talk about that fucking movie. I hear you, though, Anthony. Tom Holland is not involved. Play a role in new James Bond. Gotcha. Superhero fatigue is getting worse and worse. Ezra, Lion did the music for the film. Ezra, you know what? I'm pinning that comment up. Yes. Lion the lead singer Cal Swan did the remake of the Transformers theme, and they do fucking perfect. It is solid freaking platinum gold, man. Yes, Lion with Cal Swan. I love that. I love their version of the Transformers theme. And Mr. Doug Aldrich on guitars. Yes, Ezra. Until now, I saw Daredevil Marvel should have stayed there. Absolutely, Baz, but it didn't. You Got the Touch by Stan Bush. Get steel toe boots with the brand Power Toe. You got it. Yeah, I've seen that Slammo. It's fucking funny as hell. Lion is awesome. Was the new Transformers any good? I haven't watched it. I knew what you meant, Ezra. It's all good. So yeah, good live stream, guys. Talked about a good Friday the 13th sequel. All the badass kills in it. And now we're talking Transformers. That's why I really want Cavill for the 40K project, because he doesn't play Hollywood's game. He'll make sure it's something for the fans. Absolutely, Anton. You're exactly right. Couldn't have said that better myself, Mr. Anton. Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost. You got the touch. Oh, God, I love that part. Haven't even seen the new Star Wars either. I like sticking to old films that's pre-woke. Yes, I totally agree, Baz. First responders gave me a clap on that. Sam Neill was in the running for James Bond once. I believe it was Timothy Dalton that beat him out. Yes, Timothy Dalton beat him out and played in The Living Daylights in 1987. Didn't do so well. A lot of people didn't take to Timothy Dalton very well because they still wanted the funny, smart-ass, charming Roger Moore type of James Bond, which Timothy Dalton gave the more serious James Bond. But out of nowhere, 2 years later, they come out with a License to Kill with Timothy Dalton, and that is a badass movie. Polly, please, Optimus Prime. No more Optimus Prime. Grant me mercy, I beg of you. You who's without mercy, now plead for it? I thought you were made of sterner stuff. No, you don't, Megatron. Get the fuck out of there, Hot Rod. Hot Rod's the reason Prime died. Yes, Orson Welles did Unicron, and at first he was very sick back then and in a wheelchair. That's why they had to synthesize Unicron's voice, because Orson Welles was just using his voice and kept breathing and wheezing because he's sick in a wheelchair. So Nelson Shin, the director of Transformers the movie, 1986, synthesized his voice so it sounded like, welcome, Megatron. I have summoned you here for a purpose. Nobody summons Megatron. Well, then it pleases me to be the first. Anton, I wish Timothy Dalton could have come back to play a Bond villain. That would have been cool, Anthony. You are very welcome, Ezra. I knew what you meant. I think Donald Pleasance was in one Bond. Yes, he was in You Only Live Twice. He played Blofeld. Donald Pleasance did, 1967. Okay, so first responders, who I thought was new to the channel, is all of a sudden wanting to try to spam and troll. They replaced Optimus Hot Rod because Optimus toy wasn't selling so well anymore, probably because everybody had one. Exactly, I had two of them, in fact, and just a new character. Yeah, that's exactly why they killed off all the Gen 1 most of the Gen 1 characters in Transformers the movie, because they were trying to upsell the new Transformer characters that were already in the stores. Dr. No is the first James Bond movie that Sean Connery played in, but Donald Pleasance was in You Only Live Twice as Blofeld. Now replace Bumblebee with Hot Rod again. Yes. Baz, first, what are you... yeah, no shit. All right, have a good one, first responders. Bye-bye. I thought he was quoting something. I didn't know. I love the old original Bond films, but when they got... I think I watched maybe 2 of Daniel Craig's, but I got bored of them. At least they brought Optimus Prime back for the end of the original series. Yes, they did. So they did rectify their mistake a little bit too late, but they did fix it. Yeah, it was too late that they brought him back, because that the television show, all the kids were starting to outgrow it, so everybody lost interest, and sales were depleting in the stores by then, because all us kids were growing up at that point. We were getting interested in girls instead of Transformers, so... But they did re-rectify the certain inequity of killing off Prime in the movie, so I don't know if First Responders was quoting a movie or not. I just thought that was really weird that you would say something like that, but whatever. Casino Royale and Skyfall are pretty good. That's the only 2 I've seen of Daniel Craig, and the rest of the films are and that's kind of what I got out of them, seeing the trailers and the previews for them. That's why I never bothered watching them. Daniel Craig Bond doesn't have the fun gadgets anymore. He's just, well, and that's the thing, Chad, man, and you know this. That's the way Bond is in the novels, the original novels. He's more of a tough guy, just shooting people. The gadgets came just for the movies. I think he said he was going to leave anyways. I don't know if he was quoting something but he got weird. I don't know. That was you don't say something like that on the live stream like that. That was pretty weird. That's what I liked about Timothy Dalton's Bond. You got more grounded, serious, yes, James Bond, but you still had the fun gadgets. Yeah, they mixed it in pretty good with Timothy Dalton. Roger Moore's my favorite. I'm sorry. I know there's more of the comedic James Bond, but I grew up with Roger Moore. I love Roger Moore. Roger Moore's James Bond was a badass. He was a smart ass. He got laid all the time. He had the best one-liners, the best jokes. And For Your Eyes Only is Roger Moore's best one. I love that freaking movie. For Your Eyes Only is one of my all-time favorite James Bond movies, and that is with Roger Moore. Yeah, most of them. Yeah, I'm with you, Ezra. They did date very badly. I seen John Wick for the first time. Oh, dude, Baz, those movies are badass. All 4 of those movies are badass. Let's hope Dave McCock doesn't do Friday the 3rd. God, I hope not. I don't think anybody else is doing this. I think there's a new channel out there. He's actually pretty cool. Smith's Grove Sanitarium. He's a little YouTuber like I am, but he's really... I've actually talked to the guy a few times about doing a live stream with him. But I think he's doing a few of the Friday the 13th too, but I don't think he's going through the whole series like I am. Man with a Golden Gun. Spy Who Loved Me is Roger Moore's second best one. Yeah, those are some good ones. The Spy Who Loved Me. Man with the Golden Gun, not so much for me, but I love The Spy Who Loved Me. I love the song by Carly Simon. Dave said he isn't doing any more films after... he's a liar. You watch. He'll do another film. He's a greedy piece of shit liar. Again, Dave McCrae, I hate your guts. You take that back right now, Anthony. Don't even say that son of a bitch's name out loud. Let's just keep it together. Polly, new language gibberish. It's gibberish. No, it's a Celtic word. It means the end of summer, the beginning of fall, the festival of Samhain, October 31st. Keep hearing noises. I'm telling you, it's either Pamela or Jason. So tomorrow night, guys, we are doing Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. I know it's not everybody's favorite in the series, but there is some fun stuff to talk about in that movie. Roy Burns. And then we get to part 6. I can't fucking wait. He could play Tookie for... Quiet, Tookie. I said be quiet. You should do a live with Dave McRae and curse him. He would be too chicken shit to do a live stream with me. I would deflate and destroy that guy. It's been a long time since we brought up Adam the Ghost. Maybe it's bloodless, maybe. Could have been a skunk. Could have been. Isn't my favorite either, but I enjoy it as well, Anthony. First responder said, boo! Boo to you, buddy. What's up, noob? It was a ripoff of part 4. It has the worst... We'll get into it tomorrow night. It has the worst director in any Friday the 13th movie as well. Salem Lot remake will not release in theaters. Maybe head straight to streaming on Max. Most likely, Joel. Due to the stupid Hollywood crisis. Yeah, God, I could care less what the fuck happens to Hollywood. I would love to do a live stream with Lee McCoy's wife. Part 5 with the guy from Princess Bride. Blah, blah, blah. So Bloodless is on here after all. Yeah, Baz, I was going to bring that up tomorrow night, but yeah, the director of A New Beginning, he was a porn director, and I guess he was a huge asshole on set. I believe it's confirmed Salem's Lot is going to Max, and from what I understand, Father Callahan's going to have a diminished role, which means I won't get to see the one thing I was hoping. Yeah, any strong male character, especially a priest, it's... I won't lay eyes on it. Nothing... In fact, Salem's Lot did get a remake with Rob Lowe, I believe, and Samantha Mathis, if I'm not correct, and that was actually pretty good. But I'm not gonna I will not watch a current remake or reboot of any movie because it's all stupid, woke ass politicized, and I will not give it my support. Hard to believe we've been on here almost 2 hours already, guys, but that's just because the live streams are so badass. It's because of everybody's great conversation. No version of Salem's Lot has done Father Callahan justice yet. You're right about that, Anthony. I triple dog dare you to... If that's what you want, first responders. Yeah, it'll be Buddhist monks. You're right, Baz. Yes, he does. Yeah, because he's like in between a vampire and still he's cursed. Oh, I know he did, Polly. I think he was being pretty cool like when he first joined the channel, but I think I said something about he either didn't like what I said about drum dumbass dick fuck or Dave Cock McRae. I think he's one of their fans. That's why he's acting all stupid now. I have not seen Terror Train remake. I probably won't. Because like I said, I'm tired of them remaking these classics from the 80s. Or the whole community rising up would love to conquer the demon. Like, oh, good God, Baz, you're right. That probably would freaking happen like that. Yeah, I know A New Beginning's not everyone's favorite, but I can't wait to do it because there's so many cool little lines and parts in Part 5. And Tom Shepard does a great Tommy Jarvis, in my opinion. He can't play in traffic because he's the first responder. There'll be no traffic. Ha! Polly's cracking me up. Polly always cracks me up. Ezra, I agree. If you're going to do a remake, it should be something worth remaking, like something little known to begin with. Exactly. It's hard for me to watch these remakes of all the 80s classics that I grew up with as a kid. I just can't do it. And you said after Friday the 13th, we're doing, yes, we will do Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I definitely need to do a watch along with one of those movies, either the first, second, or third one. I'm not doing the Next Generation. I'm not doing that one. I will do the 2003 reboot, and I'll do the prequel. Those are good ones, man. Those are actually good remakes. Yeah, I don't know who told you I don't like 80s horror, but they're wrong. Quit feeding into them, Polly. Oh, it's hard. It's going to be hard for me to do Child's Play because I've only seen the first 3 of them. I won't watch the other ones. I'm going to start doing a lot of watch-alongs for sure. With all the damn traffic around here. Guys, get to your houses and stay there. I'm not a big Nightmare fan either. I'm not a big Chucky fan either. Should the watch along be Friday or Halloween? We'll do Friday first since we've already been through Halloween, and then we can do some Halloween watch alongs. What are these other Child's Play films I keep hearing about? There's only 3. Yeah, there's only 3 in my opinion too, Anton. Did they find you? Yeah, Bloodless is chewing on something. I don't think it's a wire this time. I don't know. Polly seems to know a lot about Bloodless. What is Bloodless really chewing on? Polly? I don't know if he unsubbed or not. I don't know. That might have been him. I don't know. Yes, that's the answer I was looking for there, Polly. Quit getting so perturbed, Polly. He's just like a dick, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, he might have unsubbed. It's just his shit got old. It's like, hey, please don't bring up Corey Cunningham anymore. Okay, I won't. Hey, do you remember that time in that one part of the movie where Corey Cunningham, and then like next quote was about Corey Cunningham. He just couldn't stop. He couldn't stop. I can't wait for TCM2. That's my favorite one. I love part 3, but TCM2 is by far my favorite one. But I love the third one too with Ken Faree, of course. Ken Faree's badass in that movie. And of course, Kate Hodge. Part 3 had a good depiction of Leatherface. It was like he was trying to see what he could get away. Yeah, and I called him out on it. He didn't like it. He left, and he hadn't been back since. Which is fine. I mean, people want to play around. That's fine. I play around too. But when people play around at my expense, I'm going to call you out on it. I mean, you guys do the same thing. Someone's playing around at your expense, you call them out for it. Chop top. You did on my plate. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre was absolutely horrifying for its time, first responders. Yeah, he's definitely, he's getting staked at the heart next time. Either that or I'm going to rip open the curtains of the window and he's going to get melted by the sun. He's just going to go up in a puff of smoke. I'm out of control. Yes, there's nothing like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, man. That movie was so realistic. Yes, there is, Anton. Yep. I still wonder what happened to that random truck driver at the end. He's still running down the road. 2, 3, and 4. I'm with you on the 2 and 3, but I'm not so much with you on the fourth one. That's the next generation. But I love the 2003 reboot, and I love the prequel. Oh, I know, Infinite Loop. Yeah, it's freaking insane the way he handles them like cattle. I totally agree. I really don't like found footage, but I wish they would shoot more documentary-style horror. I do too, Anthony. I used to like 03 over the original, but that movie is ahead of its time. It's intense, absolutely. Yeah, they made that movie seem so freaking real, man. God, that movie's so intense. 1, 2, 3 make for Anton. That fat guy at the end looked like Cleveland Brown. It was Cleveland. I'm getting out of here, Peter. Yeah, he's still running down. Legend has it, he's still running down the road. I always like to think Cleveland came to Sally's rescue. You can get in here, young lady. Get in the cab of this truck. Oh, wait, we're going to get out of the truck and run. Yeah, legend has it that fat fucking truck driver Cleveland is still running down the road. That was Darnell's origin story. The 03 remake was a little too polished, and it did not need to be almost too. No, that was way too long. What the only one there? Yeah, 2003 has a lot of flaws. One of the flaws being R. Lee Ermey's part in it was almost as terrifying as Leatherface's part in it. I did not know that, Joel. Kim Hinkle's an underrated director. Gotcha, Ezra. Senator Sebastian Way 03 felt like every generic slasher at the time, which wasn't bad, but that's what the OG was. The OG was an acid trip. Pretty much, Baz, and I liked seeing Jessica Biel's ass in those tight jeans in 03. He ran through the world. He's still running down the street, running through the world. Leatherface has this weird thing where he tends to get overshadowed by other family, Chop Top and Holt. I'm looking at the two of you. Infinite Loop likes 03 more. Gotcha. Yeah, Chop Top in part 2 was a fucking trip. He definitely stole the show. Yeah, maybe that's what happened to Cleveland Brown at the end of the original TCM. He was running. He got far enough down the road, he ran into Forrest Gump, so they decided to run together. Oh, they're adding Chop Top to the game? Hell yeah, because that's everybody's favorite character, man. You ready to roll, young yeoman? Yeah, dude, part 3 is so badass. Thank you for quoting that, Ezra. Yeah, Benny, played by Ken Faree, is back there putting together his assault rifle and loading up the clip in the magazine. He's like, just 30 more seconds. Someone should do an edit of Halloween for where the guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre runs past Dr. Loomis and Reverend. That would be badass. You know what? We need to work on something like that, guys. By the time he's done, he half lost his body mass. Somebody should either call an ambulance or police and get some help out here. What do you think the fucking flares are for, stupid? Rocket, brother. Yeah, that's a badass line. Yeah, we usually go about an hour and a half to 2 hours on the live stream. But that's because we keep up good conversation. I don't go half as long as Dave McTalkalock and We Watch the Dumbasses do. They go for 3+ hours. TCM3 isn't that good, but Ken Faree whooped some ass. Yes, he did. That was the Ken Faree massacre. Yes. Baz, you crack me up. Dr. Loomis giving Chop Top a therapy session. Yeah, he talks about one little thing and drags it out for 3 hours. That one little thing being himself. It is. It's just for the views and the super chats. You're exactly right, Baz. All right, guys, this was a great live stream, man. We're already down 4 of the Friday the 13th movies, being the original, 2, 3, and now the final chapter. Do I know you? Yeah, dude, he's one of the best characters. Do I know you? Yeah, I took a picture. $5. You want this picture? Took your picture. $5. Do I know you? He fucking smacks him with this fucking shotgun into the swamp. 483 subs. Hell yeah. We just about there, ladies and gentlemen. And you guys, I give you guys all the credit in the world for this, man. And we're almost to 500 subs. Like I said, yeah, we're going to continue to do Friday the 13th re-reviews and revisits. Final chapter was fun. I enjoyed this live. I've enjoyed part 2's live stream and final chapter's live stream the most so far. Polly said 485 subs. Yeah, we might just get there this week. Yeah, it's terrible in a lot of parts, but I enjoyed it. It's definitely a popcorn flick for me. Yeah, do I know you? I love that part. And when he's dragging the bodies to the marsh or to the swamp, the dump, I gotta do body deposit for Mr. Fuckface. Body disposal. Gotta do body disposal for Mr. Fuckface. He throws the first body in there and he goes, "Soup's on." Yeah, he's got probably the best lines in the whole movie. Have a good one, Polly. Thanks for joining the live stream. Tell Bloodless we said hello. I really do think Polly and Bloodless really are best friends outside the live stream, and they communicate outside. Kidding, Polly. Just joking, sir. Polly's like, I'd love to bust Bloodless in the face. Yes, we were going to hand out the special bubbly. You have a good night, Polly. Take care, buddy. So, yeah, tomorrow night we will talk about Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. It will be the special enchilada live stream, and you guys know what I'm talking about if you've seen A New Beginning. They might be the same person. You never know. The Hulk bub. Oh, dude. That meme that you threw up in the Discord, that was fucking hilarious, Baz. Maestro, you need to eat some enchiladas tomorrow to set the mood. I won't be able to get through the live stream. I'll have to drop the phone like I did earlier and go, damn enchiladas. There, I said it. There you go. I'm going to be quoting that quote from that movie all night tomorrow night on the live stream. Have a good night, Joel. Thanks for joining the live stream, buddy. Always appreciate you. Stream from the toilet. Have a good one, Infinite Loop. Thank you for joining the live stream. Always good to see you. Joel and Baz and Loop. Giga Chad, man. Mike at Movies when he was here. Samo, she must be mad at me. Tell her I'm sorry. I was giving her a hard time about TikTok. Tell her I apologize. Chad, man, thanks for the trophy, man. You're always there with my trophy, and it is appreciated. Yes, always nice seeing the fam. No, I'm not. Don't worry. I've been listening. Okay, Slammo. I was just joking with you. You know I love you. Have a good night, first responders. Anybody that hasn't seen A New Beginning lately, please watch it tomorrow throughout the day. That way, but I think we've all seen it enough to know what the hell we're going to be talking about. But yeah, tomorrow night will be Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, the special enchilada episode. You have a great night as well, Samo. Always good to see you on the live stream. I'm so glad you joined these. But yeah, tomorrow night, the special enchilada live stream. Damn enchiladas. I love you guys, man. This was a great live stream. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. And tomorrow night is going to be a blasty blast, just like tonight was. And I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I don't consider this a channel. I consider it a family. And you guys have a good one. Watch out for Pamela Voorhees and Jason Voorhees. Watch out for those enchiladas. Watch out for Samo. And definitely watch out for Jason Voorhees. Good night to you too, first responders. This bubbly is good. Yeah, I'll watch out for him, all right. Okay, one last thing, Baz. After you called him out, and I think you are correct about the scam, about the Olivia Hussey thing, that makes me want to go in his comments and just fucking tell him off. I'm serious, Baz. It makes me want to tell him right the fuck off. Because I'm with you. I believe it was a money scam. He better watch his back on that one too, man, because some people take that shit serious and they will come find you. Yeah, I think I'll let you know tomorrow night if I do for sure. But yeah, he better watch his back on that, because some people, when it comes to money like that and they've been scammed and cheated, they don't take that shit very kindly. So yeah, his little scrawny Daffy Duck stupid big mouth ass better watch his back. All right, guys, have a good night. Sweet dreams and happy nightmares. Oh, he did. Okay, yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, I'm going to call out Dave McCray on each live stream, but you guys have a good night. I'll see y'all later.